this game today?
Yesterday, Veronica Blair scored at the horn to win it for Jamaica. Mexico was in control for much of that game and then lost it at the end. So they'll definitely have looked at that and want to come out. Not only is this a semi-final and opens up a place in the final, but it's also a place, if the winner of this and takes second, they will qualify themselves for the the Challenger Series, which is a big opportunity for these teams that don't get a lot of games and opportunities to play.
100%, and that's Bender that gets them underway for Mexico. It was really tight yesterday. I was impressed with both teams. Jamaica just seemed to muscle Mexico out of it. Going to that top side, they will use the wings, Mexico. They're very light on their feet. Then off she goes, Farias. Pulled down there at the last moment. Inside the 22 now, Mexico. Plenty of Jamaica bodies in there. And a long pass working through Gonzalez. They've got the overlap. Will they take advantage of it? Yes, they do. But Rodriguez stopped 5 yards short. Gonzalez tries to go on her own. Bundled down again this time. Blair wrapping her up. Working back across. There's Farias. She's stepped and she's gotten through. Surely no, she's pulled short. Darts one over. Referee Cisco Lopez right there on the spot. Phenomenal try, Mexico.
Beautiful start from Mexico. It was the original line break down the far side of the field by Erica Farias as well. She's the one that gets the points in the end. Yesterday, Mexico was trying to swing together these long passes, and it looks like overnight they've had some conversations, because yesterday they were really struggling with that. Today, they've just worked themselves down the entire field, going edge to edge to edge. Beautiful start from Mexico.
And that's their game plan. They usually play it very well. Yesterday, they just didn't put it all together, but yep, they've been in the training camp at some point last night, I'm sure, or maybe early this morning. Did have time.
And ultimately, that's what's opened the gap in the end for her to go through and score. The Jamaican defense had spread themselves so far to match that width, and the gap opened up in the middle.
Dropped ball there from Jamaica after Bender kicking off for the second time. This Jamaica squad, they've got strength and they've got speed. Mexico maybe slightly more organized, better communication.
Once again, Mexico set with a lot of width off this scrum.
Zoe Tuyo to get them underway. Got caught up in some feet there and wrapped up well from Jamaica. There's a knock on there, so that'll now go Jamaica's way. Rampton with ball in hand. She was phenomenal yesterday.
And exactly what you mentioned before the game started, Jamaica just muscling Mexico out of it, making a contest of it, not giving them an opportunity to even play there.
So Arbonne gets them underway. There is Rampton. She's fumbled it. Lots of little mistakes, a little nervous.
We mentioned there is a lot on the line for these games. These two teams, they play each other a lot. They know each other really well. It's often a tight competition, but there is so much on the line in this game. A spot in the final, as we mentioned, and a Challenger Series qualification spot for next season.
There they go, they restart it. They're struggling to get it out the back of the scrum, Mexico, and it's scrappy. Somehow they managed to come away with it. Gonzalez now working through Solomon. There's plenty of space on the outside, but Farias can't bring it in. They're at the 40, pops it up. Gonzalez goes around the top corner, and that's Cole there bringing her down. And a nice counter up, causing some problems. Dirty ball for Solomon. She couldn't get a clear pickup. And there's some good battle in amongst there. Phenomenal work from both teams over the ruck.
And in the end there, Jamaica just committing the penalty, giving Mexico another opportunity here.
Gonzalez brought down by Blair. She gets up clean, releases the ball. Does she? No. Didn't release it quickly enough, says Lopez.
Very back and forth right now. Since that first try, this has been back and forth. Errors, knock-ons, penalties. Both teams just need to settle down a little bit, get into their systems.
Oh, and a big cross kick coming. Bounce is a little ugly, so Jamaica go back into their 22 to scoop it up. She picks up clean this time. Gets out of the 22. Supported well. Ball goes to Blair. She's going sideways, trying to get around that corner. She does. She skips through a couple. The offload's there as well, but she couldn't bring that one in. Now Bender with the ball. Mexico on the attack. Gonzalez. She's got no support out there. She's going to be isolated if she's not careful. Solomon's coming in. The cavalry arrives. Bender picking up at scrum half now. To you. Nicely picked up off the floor. That was a difficult one to pull in. Looking for the offload. There it is. Farias scoops it up and she offloads too. They're working well down this near side, Jamaica. Laura Rodriguez finally brought down. They've gone on the short side. Farias has gone quick. Nobody's reacted to it. She gallops in, dots it down. Great try, Farias.
She seized the opportunity. It was messy at the breakdown. You can see the fatigue in the players in the background right now. That was a long phase of play. And nobody covering the short side of that ruck. And look at the stride. She's enjoying herself out there. Second of the game for Farias.
Opportunistic try. She saw that everybody was daydreaming. Went around the fringe.
Those are the best when you're a scrum half and you look up and nobody's there. You know before you even touch the ball what you're going to do.
Yeah, so Mexico stamping some authority on this one today. Very different attitude from yesterday.
They look a lot better today than they did yesterday. They weren't running with a lot of pace. They were kind of going sideways, not much go forward. They've clearly addressed that. They've clearly addressed the passing, and it's paying off for them so far.
Rampton there, making some good yards, good support. No roll away from Mexico, so they go with the quick tap and go. Arbonne getting some good yards. Finally brought down there, but the ball's gone loose. Solomon scooping it up. Bender cleaning up things. Gonzalez running up Blair. Looks for the pass. Blair's quick though. She's going to chase her down. Big contest there at the ruck. Working across to the top side again. Scoops inside. Looking for the offload and a massive tackle coming in from Jamaica right on the 40. She'll feel that one tomorrow.
Textbook tackle from Jamaica. I didn't quite see who it was, but that was beautiful. Stopped her in her tracks, and then they get the penalty. So a final attacking opportunity here for Jamaica to end this first half.
Rampton going with it. She goes on her own. Working towards the 50. Skips through. Nice little bump and run. Is she going for it on her own? She's gone on the outside. She's still got Gonzalez to beat. Gonzalez is a phenomenal tackler though. She doesn't miss many. Finally brought down inside the 22. Quick pick up and go. What's the number on there? Number 2. That's Reynolds, Tierra Reynolds. Darting one over for Jamaica, keeping them in the game right on the half-time break.
Beautiful run. It was straight off that penalty. The initial line break. She fended. She worked hard, and Tierra Reynolds plays some rugby in Ontario, my home province. I'll take a little bit of credit for that one. Great effort and great way to end that first half for Jamaica.
No extra points, unfortunately, for Rampton, but Jamaica definitely still in the game with that. Oh, it was Morgan Brown, number 2, Morgan Brown. From South Florida, she plays out of Fort Miami. We'll give her the credit for that one, so she gets the 5 points for Jamaica, keeping them securely in this game coming into the second half. Wow, that was a frantic first one. Mexico dominant for at least 5 out of those 7 minutes.
Absolutely, and the penalties from Mexico in the end, letting Jamaica back into this game.
We made, make the tackle. You want the scores? Make the runs. We've got to do this for ourselves. We can't expect people to give us anything. We need to go there and do our job. Fight for what we want and get it back.
Good chat there from the Jamaican team. There's a good view of the Mexico team getting their conversations going, figuring out what went wrong, what went right. We'll be back in just a few seconds for the second half of this game.
World Rugby are actively monitoring the air quality on southern Vancouver Island. In the event conditions change, we ask for everybody's patience as today's schedules may be affected. We will keep you updated if schedules change. Thank you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So second half underway here. Jamaica kicking off to Mexico, currently with ball in hand. That's Bender, captain for the Mexico team. Gonzalez going on that short side, but a wayward pass. Lost concentration there, disappointed with herself. Got to keep her head up. This Mexico team are very positive, always got each other's backs. They like a battle. So Jamaica will have this put into the line out. And nice for Jamaica off the top. Rampton running sideways, looking for Blair. She's always looking for a corner to get around. She stumbles forward that time. Gonzalez right over the ball. It's scrappy in there. Jamaica coming off their feet, so Mexico will come away with that one.
A little bit of a frantic start here to start the second half. You can sense each team, they know what's on the line. Jamaica want to get back into their rhythm here. And Mexico want to start moving the ball like they did in the first half, because they looked really good when they were doing that.
Tuyu putting the ball in here for Mexico. She gets it away, but it's another looping pass. Solomon scoops up. She's going forward. Finally taken down there with Gonzalez over and a Jamaica counter ruck unsuccessful. There's Tuyu again. She's probing, looking for a space. She thought she'd found it, and Blair closed the door. Another loose pass. Didn't roll away. Blair getting herself in trouble. Mexico taking their time. They want to run down the clock maybe. There's a lot of time left on it.
4.5 minutes is a long time to run down, so they will want to keep attacking here. And as I mentioned, they do look good with ball in hand, so they should feel confident with that, even though Jamaica got themselves back in the game.
Bender, another pass was wayward, but Farias knocks it ahead. Somehow Bender collects that ball for Mexico. Very loose.
Time's off. Substitutions. Jamaica 2. Jamaica 2. Sub.
Let's, while we've got this little break here, let's take a look what's going on down on the sideline with Brian Kelly.
Light Stadium. We are in a heated battle between Mexico and Jamaica. These two sides, familiar foes, having competed against each other in numerous Rugby America's North Sevens competitions in recent years. So these athletes know each other. They know what's at stake. And this game right here, as Ghislaine and Gavin have said, plays a big role in deciding the future. There's a lot of competitions leading into the Paris 2024 Olympics. We've got the World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series, as well as the final qualification tournament to decide that final team. If you don't qualify here this weekend, there's one last spot which will be decided after HSBC Sevens wraps up next June. So we have 4 minutes left to play. It's a one-score game. Who will pull ahead here? And we've got the contrasting teams. The head coach, Cuton Campbell of Jamaica, standing beside me. He wants his athletes to spin the ball and play with it in hand. Gavin, back to you.
Thanks very much, Brian. And that's Farias running away, but she's been hunted down by 3 Jamaican players. Finally offloads it to Solomon. I thought she was going to get it all the way while you were talking there, Brian. But Mexico got a lot of width available here. Everyone's ready. They're stacked up on this near side. Gonzalez looking to go around the corner. She's got support with her. She does offload it nicely on the inside. That one goes to Rodriguez. She goes to ground. Gonzalez wants to go on her own. Can she get around? Oof, great tackle. That was Lovell Evans there making that tackle. She's a major athlete, plays both 15s and 7s. Tuyo, there's a massive space there for Bender. There's one overlap there. Is it Solomon? She can get over in the corner, gets around Blair and dots it down. Jen Solomon scores and stretches this lead for Mexico.
Mexico making it a little harder than I think it needed to be there, but they ended up going all the way across the field to the far side. Blair, there's nothing she could do. She had to defend both of those last two Mexico players, and Solomon touches down in the corner. But once again, it's the speed of pass today from Mexico that's making a real difference here.
Much improved from yesterday, aren't they? They look much more comfortable and a lot more patient. That's usually one of their sort of hallmarks, playing patiently. They didn't do it yesterday. They rushed themselves, and you could see Gonzalez over on this near side, just sort of waiting her time and finding the space before spreading that pass all the way back over to Solomon.
And her patience on the right side of this field really sucked over the Jamaican defenders, which then the next phase made it that much harder for them to defend the opposite side of the field. So well done to Mexico on that try.
Okay, big challenge for Jamaica now. There's a great shot of Bender. Leading well, this team. Good height on that one, goes straight to Rampton. She doesn't drop many. And there's Blair, she got 2 to beat. And tackled well. Hands on the ball there for Mexico. Jamaica were going to go quickly. Route 1, and she just skips by a couple of them. Great pace. I didn't catch the number on the shirt, but phenomenal stuff. Gets all the way around on her own.
Wowee. Look at the fans, they loved that one.
I think it might have been Crystal Groves, but Naomi Dodd it was that ends up going the length on that top side. Phenomenal work.
Look at the stride. She looks comfortable, she looks relaxed. We saw Shelly Ann Price run at the World Athletics Championship. She looks just as comfortable as she did over there. And what a statement. Right after they got scored on, they come back, they score another, and we're back to a one-score game.
100%. The Jamaica will do that to you as well. I mean, Mexico had plenty of defenders over that side, but turned on the afterburners. So Rampton's going to want to go quickly here. So they've got a bit of an uphill task. And that's a great kick. Right on the spot and dropped forward Mexico. Wow, this is getting interesting.
Beautiful kick. One thing to note, though, the 2 missed conversions from Jamaica still make this a 2-score game. So we're at 19-10.
Coach. Bind.
Jamaica in a great position here. They've got to work quickly, though. There's a 9-point difference. Don't think it's going to work for them today.
Yeah, you need to hold your space on this side, and you both need patience with the foot before the ball gets put in. Coach.
So good.
Bind.
Good referee in there, Cisco Lopez, South Florida native from my neighborhood.
And I will just point out the score is in fact 19-12. So our score on the screen there will get updated. So it is a 1-score game, and Jamaica is very much in this with time running out on the clock.
Blair's going backwards though, that's not going to work. Lovell Evans going forward. Manages to keep hold of the ball, but she didn't release it. She needed to release that ball before she got up, and that could be game over for Jamaica.
That'll likely do it if Mexico gets this ball off the turf. And there it is.
Fantastic stuff for Mexico. Felicidades a México para ganar ese partido. Ellos serán el final más tarde en el día. México ganando aquí contra Jamaica 19-12. Felicidades a todo el mundo ahí, escuchando a las familias y amigos de las chicas aquí. Seguro feliz con este resultado. Jamaica losing out this time, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic game of rugby. Plenty more to come. If you're in the neighbourhood here in Langford, British Columbia, get yourselves down. We've got a few Canadian games going on that you might want to come and watch. If there's a spare seat for you, we'll hold one down for you. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back with our next game for the day.